Authority, that is NEMA, an Environmental Protection Agency, that is EPA, of United States of America. It is the most prevalent practice in Uganda, and this is a huge concern due to use of unsanitary landfills and open dumps. Open landfill with no control of gases, leachates and animals. The landfills are unsanitary because they are associated with migration of leachates to the soil and surrounding environment. Lack of control of landfill gases, presence of offensive odor, unsorted wastes, and also visual and scenic nuisance. So most of the landfills are located near wetlands and streams that join a river or lake. Leachates and other pollutants flow to these waters, and groundwaters carrying serious pollutions. Analysis of samples of soil, swamp water and yams in the nearby gardens have showed excessively high concentrations of pollutants like heavy metals with zinc, lead, and copper. Leaves and copper levels being higher by 600 to 1,300% pH crash. So pesticide residues, ammonia accumulation, and greenhouse gas emission leading to serious pollution of air, water, soils, and food. So now let's look at the effects of pollutants like heavy metals and pesticide residues on human health. Our listeners, in summary, several acute and chronic toxic effects of heavy metals affect different body organs. Gastrointestinal and kidney dysfunctions, nervous system disorders, skin lesions, vascular damage, immune system dysfunction, birth defects, and cancer are examples of the complications of heavy metals toxic effects. Ladies and gentlemen listening, air pollution is responsible for more deaths up to 1.1 million across Africa than tobacco, alcohol, road accidents, and drug abuse. According to World Health Organization, the mortality rate from air pollution related sicknesses in Uganda doubled from 70 to 155 deaths per 100,000 population from 2012 to 2016. Only HIV/AIDS causes more death. Death attributed to air pollution results from lower respiratory infections stand at 336,460 deaths. Ischemic heart disease related to blockage in the arteries, they go up to 223,930. Neonatal disorders go up to 186,541,000. Chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases take around 70,460 79, and stroke its stroke is 193,936. While the predominant form of pollution is declining, outdoor or ambient air pollution is increasing, signaling a looming problem, since it is the second largest cause of death in Africa. Since it's the largest cause of death in Africa, responsible for 16.3% of all death, which is this is the second largest causes of death in Africa. So various reports have published that air pollution is associated with far-reaching effects of diminishing intellectual development of Africa's children. Let's look at food waste situation and the Ambia's 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. This challenge of inadequate food waste management is slowing Uganda's progress towards achieving the ambitious Sustainable Development Goals. Now, this is because waste management is embedded in several targets of the SDG goals. For example, SDG number 2, End Hunger, and SDG 12, ensures sustainable consumption and production patterns. In detail, by 2030, it is anticipated that 1. There would be a substantial reduction in the number of deaths and illnesses from hazardous chemicals and air, water and soil pollution and contamination. 2. Reduction of the adverse per capita environment. 2. Reduction of the adverse per capita environmental impact of cities, including paying special attention to air quality and municipal and other waste management. 3. The respective governments would ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. 4. Substantially reduce waste generation through prevention, reduction, recycling, and reuse. 5. Encourage companies, especially large and transnational companies, to adopt sustainable practices and integrate sustainability information on their reporting cycle. 6. Ensure that people everywhere have the relevant information and awareness for sustainable development and lifestyles in harmony with nature. 7. Having per capita global food waste at retail and consumer levels by 2030, as well as reducing food losses along the production and supply chains, etc., or among others. Way forward. We believe that you have now understood food waste effects on humans and environment. We suggest that you make a change from where you are, because we can all feed stomachs instead of landfills. If we are to significantly accelerate the realization of Paris Climate Accords long-term temperature goal of keeping the rise in mean global temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, above pre-industrial levels, and preferably limit the increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Recognizing that this would substantially reduce the impacts of climate change, emissions will also be reduced as soon as possible and reach net zero by the middle of the 21st century, while increasing the ability to adapt to the adverse impacts of climate change and foster climate resilience and low greenhouse gas emissions development in a manner that does not threaten food production. To learn how to prevent, reduce, reuse, recycle, measure your progress and align your work with UN SDGs 2030 agenda. Download our resources and get in touch with us. Thank